Well, welcome back to the Vinyl Frontier podcast. My name is Greg Dreiss. Yeah, we've been away for a while. We did get two guests on, and they were really good, had a couple hundred views on each, and then bang, family gets in the way. So, babysitting grandson. So, now that he's gone back home, I can get back into doing what I love to do, vinyl and gardening. We're still looking for guests. If you want to talk about your vinyl record journey, if you've been in radio for a long time, if you're a musician and you've just got an insight on local music, wherever your locale is, we'd love to talk to you. We're on YouTube. We also have a Facebook channel. You can just look me up online, Greg Dreiss, name's right there, and hit me up on Facebook. And let's get talking about your vinyl collection. Until then, we're going to talk about some of my favorite bands and favorite albums. And today we're going to take a look at Sad Café, one of my absolute favorite bands. And this goes all the way back to our days in high school radio station at Roosevelt High School in Hyde Park, New York. And I forget if I bought this album or the local rock station, way back when rock stations played really good music. Dropped this off as a copy, and I fell in love with it right away. And to me, they're one of the most underrated British rock bands to emerge from the late 70s. They were founded in 1976 and blended soft rock, soul influence, and a really good polished sound that fit perfectly along the sophisticated British studio rock of that time. They kind of stood out. Closest thing that comes to mind would be something like Hall & Oates, but definitely some real good soulful Motown sounds there. And one of the bands that I say put out regular good songs that I call Driving with the Windows Down at Night. It doesn't have to be the band's most popular song, but like The Who, Eminence Front was a really good song by them. But I think their epitome of a song for driving at night with the windows down was Eminence Front. You just get in that cruising mode and you just get locked into the music and the moment with your friends, and the rest is history. Sad Café never became global superstars, but musicians and audiophiles alike still love them for their sounds and just that everlasting soulful tunes that they played, like Run Home Girl, just a great tune to listen to in the car at night. Front and center was their lead vocalist, Paul Young, not to be confused later with the 1980s soulful artist, although Paul Young did go on and have a pretty decent career with some famous bands. After Sad Café's commercial break, after their peak in the early 80s, Young went on to achieve international success as co-founder of Mike and the Mechanics with Mike Rutherford of Genesis, and connecting the band's legacy to the wider Genesis musical family. Classic lineup included Ashley Mumford on guitar, who's playing added depth to the band's sounds. Sad Café keyboardist Vic Emerson later toured with 10cc and guitarist Wilson, bassist Stimson, and drummer Tony Cresswell. Sorry about that. Saxophone contributions, especially from Lenny Groves, helped Sad Café get that smooth sound going on that separates them from many of the rock artists of the time and even today. And I just picture Smokey Robinson, Motown type of sound. Sad Café's artistic run began with a debut album called Fangsta Ra and introduced the audience to the polished style, and their breakthrough album came out in 1978, Misplaced Ideals, featuring the hit Run Home Girl and some other great songs. Black Rose, talking about the lady of the evening, the high-class call girl, riding in the back of that limousine. They followed up in 79 with Facade, which expanded their international reach and included a fan favorite, not a big hit, but a fan favorite off the album called My Oh My. 1980, a self-titled album, Sad Café, showcasing, trying to get after that radio-friendly AOR crowd. And the final studio release was in 1985, and they changed their production to match the styles of the decade at that time. Commercial success faded, influence endured throughout the later careers, and today the band remains one of those hidden gems, and if you can catch a good station that plays deep track old hits from the 70s and 80s. That's a great time for them and a great time for you to listen and just kick back and have happy memories. Sad Cafe, Misplaced Ideals, one of my favorite albums, and that brings me right back to those days in high school, rocking the lunchrooms. Not a real radio station. We broadcast what I call closed circuit, ran a bunch of speaker wires down 500-600 feet to the couple of the cafeterias. We don't know if anybody listened, but we loved it anyway. And the whole album just brings me back to that golden era in life before you hit college and have to start working. Sad Cafe released a total of 6 albums during their original run. They had some regroupings later on, but the crux of it was Fox Dara in 1977, Misplaced Ideals in 1978, followed by Facades in 1979, Sad Cafe self-titled in 1980, and then 2 in the 1980s. In the middle of the end of the decade, The Politics of Existing in 1985, and Whatever It Takes came out in 1989. They also had some compilations and live albums as well. And that's a look out on the vinyl frontier. I'm Greg Dreiss. If you want to get on here and talk about your favorite album, your favorite collections, do you collect to collect or do you collect to listen? Give me a holler on Facebook. This video will be up on YouTube very shortly. And I just want to say thank you for listening. And this is the Vinyl Frontier podcast. And today we took a look at Sad Cafe featuring Misplaced Ideals. To me, one of the best soulful rock albums out there. So give me a holler. I'm Greg Dreiss. This is the Vinyl Frontier podcast. Thanks for listening.